Hey guys, I'm super yellow looking and it'll probably adjust at some point. I'm just too lazy to wait. That's what I get when I have just window lighting. Emmy's room is a disaster. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so adoption update quickly. So I found 3 psychologists that can do the psych eval for me. One was $1,140, I believe. And she is not local, but she comes in locally every so often. She is the most expensive, but she's also the most known. And I wouldn't have to travel for it. The reason she's the most expensive is because she wants to do an assessment and a personality assessment as well. I don't know, it's not a requirement. The letter that I have from the agency said that if the psychologist wanted to, they could do a personality assessment. And I guess that's what she's choosing to want. So that's my first option. My second option, there's one in Medicine Hat that was $760, I want to say, for her. And Medicine Hat's close, so it wouldn't be a long drive. It would only be one visit. So there's her, and then the third option is driving all the way to Calgary, and it was like 600 and something, but it's not worth it for me to drive to Calgary between gas and food, and because I would have to eat during the day. It's like a day trip to go to Calgary. So it wouldn't save me any money going there versus going to Medicine Hat. So Medicine Hat, she said that she does have weekend hours, whereas the one that would come locally, I would just meet with her after school. But yeah, so I'm leaning towards the one for Medicine Hat, just because of the fact that it costs less and it's less invasive. It's just one meeting and that's it. My insurance does not cover it. I asked them, but because it's an assessment for adoption and not an assessment for treatment or for services, they don't cover it. If I was doing this assessment in order to find out what services to get, that's a different story, but I don't need psychological counseling, so I don't qualify to get the assessment covered, if that makes sense. So it's not covered, so it is out of pocket. But so I'm kind of leaning towards the I think it was $760, because of it being a shorter drive than Calgary. It still is a drive versus having them come locally, but also the other one locally, she said that she would do it in like 2 or 3 sessions, because we'd have to do the one meeting, and then like the personality test would take like 2 meetings or something like that. So it's more pain in the butt. I did reply back to her saying, I don't think the personality stuff is mandatory, judging by the letter. So I don't know if she'll get back and say, like, yes, I feel like it is, or what exactly she'll say. But if she says, actually, I think that you should get it done because of X, Y, Z, and I agree with it, then maybe I will go with her. But right now I'm leaning towards the Medicine Hat. In terms of timing, right now I'm planning on, I wanted to do my home study in April. My home study visit's in April. But I'm thinking now June, because one, this is taking me almost a month further in cost, plus actually having to get it done. And then I flip-flop between whether or not to go home this summer, but honestly, I'm choosing to go home. My parents, although they're not old and they're not unhealthy per se, it's just one of those things where when I went to Korea for a year and I knew I wasn't going to see them for a year, I didn't fear that that would be the last time for me to see them. Whereas now I kind of feel like if I don't go home this summer, I don't know when I'm going to see them, if I'm ever going to see them again. So emotionally, a little challenging. So this is a bit easier for me to say this will be my last summer home, and then I can have a bit more closure and then see from there if they choose to move here or what happens. But I know next summer is crazy because I'm hoping to be in India next summer, fingers crossed, with delaying stuff and with probably delaying my dossier because it's expensive to submit my dossier. I don't know exactly when I'll be going to India, but I would love to go summer of 2019. So we'll see when the time comes, but either way, even if I wasn't going in the summer, I'd still need to be saving as much money because there's huge fees due back to back to back. So yeah, next summer for sure I'm not going. This summer, me choosing to go, I was delaying my home study 1 more month, which right now doesn't matter a whole lot, especially when I'm probably going to have to delay my dossier submission anyway. So anyway, I am choosing to go home. So now I'm thinking more June for my home study visits. I might do my home study visits, but then just not pay the second half till August. I don't know, because as soon as they submit my home study for approval, once I get the approval back and it's going to get submitted to India, that's $8,000. So for me to kind of space things out to give me time to catch up and save that $8,000 is really important. Plus, right after that $8,000, like 2 weeks to a month after that, I need $16,000. So there's a lot of fees that are really close together. So the more cushion I can give myself now before those fees are back to back like that, the better. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Just kind of figuring out what to do for that. Other than that, Thursday I am going to go in for my police check, and child services has been calling, so I don't know if they're calling because it's ready, which that would be like super fast, or if they're calling because they need more information or something. They didn't leave messages. I'm having issues with my voicemail. But yeah, so we'll see. I'll give them a call back maybe tomorrow if I have time, or I might pop in. I'll have to see because they close I think at like 4 or 4:30, and I think I'm at work till 4:30 tomorrow. So I'll have to see. I'll get that done this week as well. And then once I need my Ontario child registry check. It's in progress. I just need it delivered. My Alberta child registry check I need delivered. And then once I get my police clearance, I'll be able to send those 3 things plus my Manitoba child registry check, which I already have. I'm going to send all that in at the same time, because why pay for 4 things separately when I can just pay one postage fee to mail those. So I'll mail those in and those will be done. And then after that, I just have the my tax information I need to send in once I get that, my medical check, and my psych eval. My medical check I am postponing as long as possible because I'm hoping to do my dossier medical check at the same time as my home study medical check. I don't know if it's going to be cheaper to do that way, but I'm hoping that by doing it at the same time, at least it's only 1 visit, and then that I can do them both. I just don't want to do them together too soon because I don't want my dossier one to expire any sooner than it needs to. Like if I did it right now, I think it's only good for maybe 6 months. So I wouldn't even be submitting my dossier in 6 months. So I'm going to postpone that as far as possible. If I'm not doing my home study visits till June, then I'll probably wait till June to do it, submit it. If I'm not doing my home study visits till August, then I'll wait till August to do it. August is kind of a crazy month with coming back, and then I start back to work and stuff. So I don't know if I'm going to do it August. I have to check with my home study agency. They're pretty flexible. So to do my home visits, I only need to have half the home study fee paid, and then I can pay the rest whenever, as long as it's paid before they can't submit it to Alberta before I pay it. So we'll see. I'll figure out with them when they want me to do stuff and whatnot. So yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. T-shirt sales have been going good. Thank you so much. There was a donation yesterday that was fantastic and made me so excited. So that all helps. That I'm all hoarding right now because I'm scared to spend any of it. Because like right now I could pay my credit agency registration with it, but then I don't have it. And I'm afraid that if I spend it, then when one of the bigger fees come up, I'm not going to have the money in time. I'm just paranoid. But anyway, at some point I'm going to have to start spending it. But right now I'd rather just keep the fundraiser money separate and just focus on my own personal money savings to be paying for the fees right now, so that when the fees are more scary, I have that money saved, ready to go. So yeah, so that's it for today, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Follow me along on this journey. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them down below. Bye, guys.